All right, all praises to the Most High. Happy Sabbath, everybody. And I'd like to first give all praises, honor, and glory. Tip it down. All praise, honor, and glory to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel. Send greetings and shalom to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Let's get started today. Let's open up with the reading of the law. This is Exodus 20, verse 1.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy works, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, or anything that is in thy neighbor's. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountains smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not.
So today's reading of the law was the 10 Commandments when he spoke to the children of Israel face to face. Let's get Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
That's the will of God. The whole duty of man, that means that is the will of God. Go to Revelations 14 and 12.
The book of Revelation, chapter 14, and verse 12. Book of Revelation 14 and verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus.
Get one more. Go to Romans 7 and 25.
Romans chapter 7 and verse 25. I thank God through Jesus Christ our Lord. So then, with the mind, I myself serve the law of God.
So with the mind, with the spirit, we serve the law of God. Go ahead.
But with the flesh, the law of sin.
And with the flesh, the law of sin. All right, so let's get in today's class. Today's class is titled People Who Smoke Cigarettes and Marijuana Are in a Covenant with Death. People who smoke cigarettes and marijuana are in a covenant with death. Now, the covenant of death goes deeper than cigarettes and marijuana, but that's just our focus today because that is a big, well, what's the word? Stumbling block or temptation for our people. Cigarettes and the marijuana. That's a big temptation for our people, and so much they walking around. It's so bad. The police don't even. Oh, is it legal? I guess it's legal now. I guess it's legal. But the
Yeah.
police, it's
I mean, yeah, is it? Is
I
it
think it
legal
is. They
or is it
got the
just
little store. They got the little shops here in Missouri and St. Louis.
yeah? But can you sell it everywhere? I mean, can you smoke it everywhere?
I don't think. I don't know. How they do. How our people do now. You would think that you can. Right in front of the police. Police just walk past. They just walk right past the people. They not even scared no more. They rolling up in front of the police. I remember back in the day, boy, you couldn't do none of that. You couldn't even smell like it by the police.
I saw a billboard on West Florissant. It said they was advertising reasonably priced cannabis. I'm like, man, people have passed away that would have never thought that that would be something you would see
Right.
on a billboard.
On a billboard. There's people in jail. Mad. It's legal.
Man, those people. I know they gotta let them out, man.
I heard they was letting them out. But it's a what we notice with our people, especially talking to them one on one and being deep in the streets, is some people want to stop, but they can't. Let's open up with John chapter 8 real quick. John 8 and 34. They a slave to it.
The book of John, chapter 8 and verse 34. Jesus answered them, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committed sin is the servant of sin.
They a slave to the marijuana. They a slave to the nicotine, to the tobacco. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. So today we gonna put our focus in that today. We're gonna get an understanding what is the covenant of death. Because it goes deeper than the smoking cigarettes and the weed. But that's just our focus today because that's a big thing in Israel. The cigarettes and the weed is a big thing in Israel. It's bad. It's bad. It's so bad. People can watch their family member die of cancer, just pass away, flatline, go right outside and smoke a cigarette. Outside the hospital, smoking a cigarette. Just watching them die. Take care of them months. Watching them wither away. And doing the same thing. It's like that person died in vain. Because you didn't learn nothing from that person's mistakes. So it's like they died in vain. So we're going to jump into that. The first thing, and another thing is everyone that do this, all they doing is committing a slow suicide. It's a slow suicide. They just killing themselves slowly. Killing themselves slowly. So let's look at what is the covenant of death. Let's open up a Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and verse 23. So we're going to talk about, first thing we're going to talk about is what is the covenant of death, and then we're going to look at the nicotine and the Mary Jane. 2 and 23.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 23. For God created man to be immortal.
It says, so this is the thing that we got to know. God created us to be immortal. We were supposed to live forever. Go ahead.
For God created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity.
So it said, when it said God made us in his own image, that's talking about immortality. Go ahead.
Verse
24.
Verse 24. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil,
Through envy of the devil, what happened?
came death into the world.
Came death into the world. So we was created to be immortal, but through the envy and jealousy of the devil came death. Go ahead.
And they that do hold of his side do find.
So whoever takes side with the devil, what you go find is death. What you go find is death. Go to Sirach chapter 14. We got a lot to cover, so we're going to go a little fast today. Sirach 14 and verse 17.
The book of Sirach, chapter 14 and verse 17. All flesh waxed old as a garment.
Waxed old as a garment. Go ahead.
For the covenant from the beginning.
So there was a covenant made in the beginning. What was that covenant? Go ahead.
Is thou shalt die the death.
That's the covenant from the beginning. The covenant of death was made with Adam and Eve from the beginning. This is the covenant from the beginning, the covenant of death. Let's examine that. Go to Genesis chapter 2. So that was the covenant from the beginning. Genesis 2 and 16.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 16. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat.
Go ahead.
But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die.
So thou shalt surely die. In the day you break this commandment, it's the day you die. Because sin equals death. So it says, this is the covenant from the beginning. Jump to chapter 3. Well, no, go to Proverbs 21. So now, we're going to talk about the 3 types of death. It's not just one type of death. There's 3 types of death in the scriptures. So when you make a covenant with death, that means your life is headed for all 3 of those deaths. That's what the covenant of death means. The way you live, you headed for all 3 of these deaths. So let's look at the first one, Proverbs 21 and verse 16.
Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
So it say the man that goes out of the way of understanding, he's going to be in the congregation of the dead. Meaning this, so the one type of death is to be spiritually dead. And there's a lot of people, that's really the walking dead. That's literally zombies. When we out there trying to reach our people, they like zombies out there. They spiritually dead. So that's one type of death. Go to Matthew 10. And let's get the other 2. Matthew 10 and 28.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body.
So the body, that's the other type of death. The physical body, that's mortal. Our body is mortal, so that's gonna die. Everybody's gonna do that. The physical death. Read that again.
And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul.
Go ahead.
But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
That's the third one, the soul. Killing of your soul. So you got spiritual death, you got physical death of the body, and you got the killing of the soul. Those are the 3 deaths. When you are in a covenant with death, you on track to meet all 3 of those. You on track to meet all three of those. Let's get some more. Go to Revelation 21. Let's talk about that soul death, because that's going to be the worst. That soul death, let the soul glow. Revelation 21 at 7.
The book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with the fire and brimstone,
Which is what?
which is the second death.
That's the second death. So the first death is that spiritual death. The second death is the soul. The body is not considered a death because the body can't get immortality. What are the two things that can get immortality? The spirit and the soul. That's why Christ told them, whoever follow me shall never see death. Well, he's talking about the spirit and the soul. Let's get some more. Go to Isaiah 28. Isaiah 28 and verse 14.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 28 and verse 14. Wherefore, hear the word of the Lord, ye scornful men that rule this people which is in Jerusalem. Because, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death.
What they say?
Because we have said, we have made a covenant with death.
Say, we have made a covenant with death. This is what people don't know, that they in a contract with death. A binding contract with death. Read verse 15 again.
Isaiah 28 and 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death.
And what else?
And with hell are we at agreement.
And with hell are we at agreement. Go ahead.
When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us.
So they think this is people that think they safe. They like the way the world is. They like the way things is going right now. So where they think, hey, we in a covenant with death. When the stuff hit the fan, we cool. Go ahead.
For we have made lies our refuge.
And this is where people make lies their refuge, their safe place. They live in lies. That's why people can read the Bible knowing that the Bible is not saying what they think it's saying, but they still believe a lie. They still believe the pastor. They still believe Big Mama. They still believe somebody that always lying on the Bible. The Muslims, Islam. They believe all of that, and they make that their safe place. They make lies their refuge. Go ahead.
Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge.
And what else?
And under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
And they hide themselves under falsehood. They hide themselves under I done heard people say, oh my, what did he say? He said, my grandma been smoking for 70 years, she's still alive. So that's your case study. That's your probability you want to go through. A lot of people don't even make it to 70. What percentage of people make it to 70? So you're going to use her as your example. When what? Christ is supposed to be the example. Not grandma that's been smoking for 70 plus years and she's still alive. Now you say that's your example. That's what our people do. Verse 16.
Verse 16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation.
So the Most High said, all right, since y'all want to make a covenant with death, stay with lies, I'm going to lay in Zion a foundation. Go ahead.
A stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste.
Go ahead.
Judgment also will I lay to the line.
So you're like, judgment is going to come. I'm going to bring judgment to all these people that's making a covenant with death. Go ahead.
And righteousness to the plummet, and the hell shall sweep away the refuge of lies.
And God said, when I come and do my work, it's going to sweep away all these lies. Go ahead.
And the waters shall overflow the hiding place.
Go ahead.
And your covenant with death shall be disannulled.
And if you listen to it, if you pay attention, your covenant of death is going to be disannulled. Go ahead.
And your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it.
He said, you're going to be trodden down by it. This covenant of death is going to stand. It's not going to be annulled. It's going to be disannulled. It's going to stand. And you're going to die the death. That second death. Go to Proverbs 8. So what does it mean that the covenant of death? Let's get one more script. Proverbs 8 and 36.
Proverbs 8 and 36. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul.
So it said when you sin against God, you wrong your own soul. Why? Because that's the second death. He said, when you sin against me, all you doing is wronging your own soul. Go ahead.
But he that sinned against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me.
All they that hate me. So it's saying that when you sin, that's showing hatred for God. So he say, all them that hate me do what?
Love death.
They love death. Our people love death. Our people are numb to death. They are numb to it. They learn from nobody's mistakes. The people that are spiritually dead, they don't learn from nobody before them. Everybody is dying making the same mistakes. The same mistakes. That's crazy, man. It's because our people love death. They love it. When they in sin, it's because they love death. They are actually doing things that's killing them. We already got too many things that we got to worry about that's killing us. We got to worry about Esau, the GMOs, the fake cabbage, the insects that's biting on us all through the years we alive, the spider bites. We got too many things that's already just killing us as we living. Flu. It's too much. You on top of that, you want to smoke cigarettes and smoke weed. On top of just living. It's because our people love death. Go to Romans 1 and 28. Because he said, all them that hate me love death. How do you know somebody hate God? Romans 1 and 28.
The book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 28. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind.
A reprobate mind. A lot of people have that reprobate mind. To do what?
To do those things which are not convenient.
And that's how you can tell somebody is in a bad state, because I'm gonna try to keep it on just smoking cigarettes and the marijuana, but when they doing that, this is something that's not convenient, and we go examine why. Verse 29.
Verse 29, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God.
It say haters of God. All these people that's in this sin, they are haters of God. Remember, it say them that hate me love death. Go ahead.
Despiteful, proud, boasters, inventor of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers,
Covenant breakers. Go ahead.
without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful,
Watch this. Go ahead.
who knowing the judgment of God,
That they know the judgment of God. Go ahead.
that they which commit such things are worthy of death.
Say all these people doing these things, they know the judgment of God. It said on the package, may cause cancer. The people, the distributors are telling you. That's the judgment. They know the judgment. So it's like you are worthy of death. You know you killing yourself. So guess what? That makes you worthy of death. Read it again. Verse 32.
Romans 1 and 32, who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death.
It say people who smoke cigarettes and doing that marijuana, they are worthy of death. Go ahead.
Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
It say not only do they do the same, they have pleasure in doing it. You worthy of death. You worthy of everything that's coming to you.
And
Go to-
also,
okay.
they say they like to be around people that do that. That last part.
Yeah.
Them the kind of people they hang around. People that are in sin.
420.
Yep.
420, man. They get together. Man, what's so different about 420 than you do than every day?
Exactly.
You smoke weed every day. What's so special about 420?
People wake up early in the morning. You can smell them going down the street in their car, man.
Yeah,
It's like
in the car.
that's our people.
Can't even drive with your window down no more.
Right. You smell like it. Call the contact.
Go to Genesis 3. So now let's look at this covenant with death. So he said it was a covenant of death from the beginning. But there was also a covenant of life from the beginning. Genesis 3 and 22.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3, and verse 22. And the Lord God said, behold, the man is become as one of us.
Talking about Adam. All right.
To know good and evil.
So what makes us gods on earth is when you know good and evil. That's what makes us God. That's why he said Adam is one of us now. He's a God now because he know good and evil. Go ahead.
And now, lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever.
He said he got to take from the tree of life, eat from the tree of life to live forever. If you want to beat death, get out that covenant with death, you have to eat from the tree of life to get out of it. Go to Revelation 2. And we're going to read verse 11.
Book of Revelation, chapter 2, and verse 11. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the children, to the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt.
It say The man that overcomes sin, the man that overcomes his demons, the man that overcome his lust, his flesh, overcome temptation, shall not be hurt of what?
Of the second death.
Of the second death. The man that overcome, he won't be hurt of the second death. That's the tree of life. So there's a covenant of death, but there's also a covenant of life. But you got to earn that. Psalms 49 and 14.
The book of Psalms, chapter 49, and verse 14. Like sheep, they are led in the grave.
It said, like sheep, they land in the grave. Go ahead.
Death shall feed on them.
It say death go feed on them. Death is going to feed on them while we lay in the grave. Go ahead.
And the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning.
Go ahead.
And their beauty shall consume in the grave from their dwelling.
Go ahead.
But God will redeem my soul from the power of the grave.
It said, so this is the to be overcome and not see the second death. It say, God gonna redeem my soul from the power of the grave. Go ahead.
For he shall receive me. Selah.
So now, let's look at the effects of smoking. Effects of smoking. So we go, give me that book cover. IT. Give me that book cover. Over there watching TikTok videos, boy. Share that out. Now open it up in Paint. No, don't X that out. Cancel that. Cancel. Damn, IT, what's up? Go to the folder. Effects of smoking book cover. Right click it and open it up in Paint. Nah, Paint. That's Paint 3D. IT tripping, man. All right. Go to the go to view. All right. Well, before you full screen, yeah, go share it out. So this is the book that we about to examine. Yeah, make sure, yeah, you got to go back, share it out. Yeah, it's full screen. All right. So yeah, so this is the book. It's by Miracle Okafor. It's the effects of smoking on health. Effects of smoking on health. So let's see what Miracle in his research, what did he find about smoking? Go to go back. You can exit that out. Yeah, go to the file. Give me your page 6. Effects of smoking, page 6. Paint. All right, go to view and zoom out. No, just hit full screen and should. All right. Let's see what it's looking like. Yeah, I put a 1 in the chat if y'all can see that good. You shared it out? I think you got to go share it out. There we go. All right. All right, you can read it from here you go. Can you see? You can see that.
Yeah, I see
All
it.
right, all right. Start at that. The role of nicotine.
The role of nicotine, addiction, and effects on the brain. Nicotine, an alkaloid found in the tobacco plant, is the main psychoactive ingredient in cigarettes
Say so. Nicotine is the main ingredient in cigarettes. Go ahead.
and is responsible for the addictive nature of smoking.
It says so. Nicotine is responsible for that addictive nature. It's what our people are addicted to. The nicotine. Yeah, I don't think you can zone. It's not showing. All right, open it up. I see what you're saying. Go back and open it up in 3D Paint. Oh, you know what? You know what? I know why. Hit cancel. Hit zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom in. Now open it up in full screen. No, I mean, go back. Go back. Hit the maximize button on the top right. The square on the top right. Maximize. Let's see. All right, that's a little better. Well, open it up in 3D Paint for the people can see it online. Yeah, zoom in. All right, yeah, perfect, perfect. Now share that out. Y'all online should be able to see that better. E, let me know how that look. That's better. All right. All right. I'll read the addictive nature.
Addictive nature. When inhaled, nicotine reaches the brain in mere seconds.
It say nicotine reaches the brain in seconds. In seconds. Right when they inhale it, it's already at the brain. Go ahead.
It stimulates the release of neutral
Neuro.
neurotransmitters
Yeah.
like dopamine.
Like so it said it stimulates the release of new neurotransmitters like dopamine. Dopamine is the pleasure hormone. Go ahead.
Which plays a crucial role in mood and pleasure.
It say these play a crucial role in mood or pleasure. People who need a cigarette, you can tell because they mad, they moody, they aggressive. This is the reason. They need that dopamine. They need that release to the brain. Go ahead.
By triggering these feel good neurotransmitters, nicotine creates a sensation of relaxation and elevation.
That's why it seems like they feel good after they hit it. That's why it can be negative 13 degrees outside. If they can't smoke inside, they out there. They out there smoking, freezing. Because they getting that's what how they relax. Go ahead.
However, as these effects wear off,
It's saying that this is temporary. Go ahead.
there's a desire to experience them again, leading to repeated use and eventually addiction.
And eventually addiction. Eventually addiction. It's gonna lead to a addiction because they need that sensation. Go to let me see. Open up page. Page 8, we gonna look at changes. Zoom in a little bit. Yeah, so we're gonna look at changes in the heart rate. Let's get that out.
Changes in heart rate and blood pressure.
So this is the effects, the immediate effects of smoking cigarettes. The next thing is it automatically changes your heart rate and your blood pressure as soon as you hit it. Got a heart rate surge.
Heart rate surge. Within seconds of inhaling smoke, one can expect an increased heart rate.
It says within seconds your heart rate is going. Go ahead.
Nicotine stimulates the release of adrenaline, the fight or flight hormone, which makes the heart beat faster.
So nicotine release adrenaline. Adrenaline. Go to blood pressure.
Blood pressure rise. Adrenaline doesn't stop at heart rate. It also constricts blood vessels, causing blood pressure to spike.
It said your blood pressure spike. This is within seconds of sucking on that cigarette. Go ahead.
Over time, this consistent elevated pressure can strain the heart.
It strain the heart. You killing yourself. Go ahead.
Damage blood vessels and increase the risk of stroke and heart attacks.
It said it increased the risk of strokes and heart attacks. When you go back, remove that comment so they can see. Go to where we go talk. Go to I'm bad trying to see where we at. Go to the next bronchial. Yeah. The bronchial constriction.
Bronchial constriction. Smoke inhalation can cause the airways to constrict, leading to shortness of breath.
Go ahead.
Over time, this can pave the way for chronic bronchitis.
So this paves the way for chronic bronchitis. This is the immediate effects. Go to decrease. Let me see. Can you see it? Yeah, scroll down. Decreased lung efficiency.
Decreased lung efficiency. Even after a single cigarette, one might feel winded more quickly. This is because smoking reduces lung efficiency.
Smoke is not supposed to be in your lungs. It reduces lung efficiency. Go ahead.
Making it harder for them to absorb oxygen and get rid of carbon dioxide.
That's the main function of the lungs, is to absorb oxygen and get rid of carbon dioxide. You basically impairing your body to do its job. Your body, every part of your body has a specific function. Doing this is stopping those functions from happening efficiently. Go to, let's see where we at. Go to dopamine release.
Mood and sensory perception changes. Dopamine release. As mentioned in chapter 1, nicotine prompts the brain to release dopamine, a neurotransmitter linked to pleasure.
So dopamine is a neurotransmitter in the brain that is linked to pleasure. Go ahead.
Mood and motivation.
Mood and motivation. That's why, think about it. Smoking is legal now. It's legal now, right? Well, smoking cigarettes, smoking marijuana. Let's get it, because these are the same things. Because marijuana do the same thing. We gonna read later. But think about it. If weed is legal now, why do jobs still drug tests? for it. Because people on weed, it's a real likely chance that they are bums. I hate to say it no, I don't hate to say it like that. Because it's true. That's why jobs steal drug tests. Because they don't want dope heads. They don't want weed heads. It said it's linked to pleasure, mood, and motivation. It means you only feel motivated when you high. People who are high, they don't want to go nowhere. They don't want to do nothing if they can't sneak away and smoke. And believe you me, I was one of them, so I know. If I couldn't smoke and go somewhere, I'm going or I'm leaving early. that's how it is. You're not motor. You don't care what's going. You could be having the time of your life. But once them shakes come, even with people's cigarettes, if they can't smoke in the house and it's cold outside, you going, man? No, I'm good. They do that pack. I'm good. I'm gonna stay here. All right, man. We out of here. Enhanced alertness. Let's see where that's at. Is that on there? Scroll down. All right, go to what's that page? Nah, let me see. Let me see where that's at. Yeah, page 9. Let's get page 9. We're gonna look at enhanced alertness. This is why people they be needing that cigarette. Is that enhanced alertness? Are you sharing it out? All right, read that out.
Enhanced alertness. Nicotine is a stimulant. Shortly after consumption, it can heighten alertness.
It can heighten alertness. So this is one of the, I guess, benefits. Go ahead.
Reduce the feeling of fatigue.
It reduce the feeling of fatigue. Go ahead.
And improve concentration.
And improve concentrate. That's why I said is they only motivated when they high. When they ain't got that cigarette or that weed, they ain't motivated to do nothing until they get that. Go ahead.
However, this is often short-lived.
It is short-lived. That concentration, that heightened alertness that they got is temporary. It's like that movie with Jamie Foxx. What is it? Operation Power, where they had that pill that was giving people Project Power. It was giving people a superpower for like what? For like a minute or something. That's what they are. They on some Project Power stuff. It said, read that,
However, this is often short-lived and followed by a crash.
And they crashing. They crash. It's like an energy drink. Go ahead.
Leading to feelings of fatigue.
It's leading to feelings of fatigue. Let's go to long-term effects. Go to page 10. So let's look at long-term effects. Long-term effects of the tobacco plant. All right, let's get that top first paragraph.
Long-term effects. While the immediate effect of smoking can be felt almost instantly, the long-term repercussion stealthily lay down their foundation with each puff.
Said them long-term effects is coming down this foundation with each puff. With each puff, go ahead.
Culminating in chronic conditions that can compromise quality of life and reduce life expectancy. Smoking persistence does not discriminate,
Go ahead.
affecting nearly every organ and system in the human body. Let's delve into these sustained impacts.
Let's look at the first one, heart attacks.
Heart attacks. Smoking accelerates the buildup of plaque in the arteries.
So smoking build up plaque in our arteries. This is people think, okay, the what that temporary feeling that you're getting is nothing compared to the long-term effects. You shorten your lifespan. Go ahead.
Leading to athos.
Yeah, you're on your own.
Arteriosclerosis.
Go ahead.
This condition restricts blood flow and can result in heart attacks when coronary arteries become blocked.
When coronary arteries become blocked, because you got that plaque build up in your arteries. Go to PVD.
PVD, peripheral vascular disease. Smoking can cause the blood vessels in the legs to narrow or become blocked.
So PVD is when the blood vessels in your legs are narrow or blocked. This is what smoking causes. Go ahead.
Leading to pain, reduced mobility, and in severe cases, tissue death.
Tissue death. Tissue death is requiring amputation. Requiring amputation. Let's get page 11. So it said it also smoking causes PVD and heart attacks. These are the long-term effects. How are you not in a covenant with death? Smoking. Let's share that out. Respiratory diseases.
Respiratory diseases. The lungs are in direct contact with every puff, making them vulnerable to various conditions.
So it said it makes them vulnerable with every condition. Go to we already read about bronchitis. Go to emphysema.
Emphysema. The air sacs in the lungs lose their elasticity due to smoke exposure. This means less oxygen reaches the bloodstream and carbon dioxide is not efficiently expelled, leading to breathlessness.
It's like carbon dioxide is not being released out your body, and oxygen is not being put in efficiently. Go to lung cancer.
Lung cancer. Smoking is the leading cause of lung cancer.
Read that again.
Smoking is the leading cause of lung cancer.
Say smoking is the leading cause of lung cancer. Watch the numbers. Go ahead.
Accounting for about 85% of all cases.
Let's say, so that means 15% of the people that get lung cancer didn't get it from smoking. 85% of the people with lung cancer got it from smoking. That's a covenant with death. And say it on the package. May cause cancer. People don't care. And then Well, one of the things I like about Obama, the one thing I know he did, he raised the prices of cigarettes. When he first did that, it was people driving. They go all the way to some down to Chicago, by 30 cartons. Cause they went up to about $6, $7 a pack. I remember because they was always complaining. They was complaining. They hated Obama. I was like, yeah, y'all addicted. We gonna raise the price. Why not? Let us get rich off y'all addiction. Where we at?
Carcinogens.
Oh yeah, finish that. Yeah.
The carcinogens in tobacco smoke mutate the lung cells.
It said the cars I can't even say it. In tobacco, smoke mutate the lung cells. Mutate. It's like now you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. You're a mutant. Your lung cells are mutating. Go ahead.
Leading to uncontrollable growth and tumors.
They say leading to they grow tumors. That's how people grow tumors. And uncontrollable growth. It's serious, man. This smoking thing is serious. Let's see where we at. Go to page 16. Open up page 16. So now in the book, they also talked about the benefits when people quit smoking. If you got a problem with smoking, these are the benefits that your body will go through when you quit. Page 16. That's the name of the title. I mean, name of the chapter. The benefits of quitting smoking. Let's get the immediate benefits under 1.
Immediate and long-term health benefits.
This is from just quit smoking. Watch this.
Immediate. Within just 20 minutes of quitting, heart rate and blood pressure drop.
It takes 20 minutes of people to stop smoking is when their heart rate and their blood pressure drop. Go ahead.
After 12 hours, the carbon monoxide level in the blood normalizes.
After 12 hours, that's when the carbon monoxide levels normalize. It becomes normal. Go ahead.
These rapid changes are the body's way of healing and starting the detoxification process.
Because our bodies heal itself. When our bodies is not doing so much work of digesting food, getting all this smoking, all this stuff that we do. If we just fast and let our body do its thing, you're going to detox. You will feel bad for a good because you're going through withdrawals. You're going through the little headaches, the little hunger pains or whatever. But it's healing itself. The body can heal itself. It said after 12 hours, it starts healing itself. Everything starts to become normal. We're the ones that kill ourselves. We're the ones that kill ourselves. Go to long term.
Long term, the risk of heart disease, stroke, and lung cancer start to drop significantly after 1 through 5 years of quitting.
So when 1 through 5 years of quitting, now that heart disease, the heart attacks, the strokes, it decreased. The percentages decrease. Go ahead.
After 10 years, the risk of dying from lung cancer is cut in half.
They say the risk is cut in half. Remember, it was 85%. That's cut in half. Cut in half. So what's that? 42. Where we at? Finish that off.
A decade later, the risk of heart disease is the same as someone who never smoked.
It said the risk of heart disease is the same as someone who never smoked. It's like you never smoked. Go to 2.
Improved quality of life, enhanced physical health, breathlessness declines, making physical activities like climbing stairs or exercising more.
More, it say breathlessness declines, meaning you get your breath back. Your oxygen is coming in. The carbon monoxide or dioxide is going out efficiently. Now it's saying that now you can say like climbing stairs and exercise more manageable and enjoyable. Go to page 17. Go to page 17. We're going to get just one off of here. Let's get that boosted mental health.
Boosted mental health. Quitting has been linked to reduce depression.
It's a when you stop, it reduces depression. Go ahead.
Anxiety and stress. It also improves mood and quality of life.
It's that it improves mood and quality of life. This is just stopping. This is just stop. We got some more on there. You see, you got financial savings. Read that direct savings. Since we talked about it.
Financial savings, direct savings. The amount spent on cigarettes adds up quickly. By quitting, one can save thousands annually.
So you can save on thousands yearly. Go ahead.
Depending on the frequency of consumption.
Watch this, the medical bills.
Reduce medical bills. Over time, the reduction in health complications leads to fewer doctor visits, medications, and treatments, translating to more savings.
Translate to more savings. Dang, just buying them sets, $7 a pack.
You know, you buy them like once a week,
man,
or maybe twice for some people.
Man, you can stop sharing that. So now let's tie this into the scripts. I know that was a lot. So let's tie that into the scripts. All right, let's get 1 Corinthians 6. So now, with all this studying, because cigarettes they've been smoking tobacco for a long time now. So all this research, we know exactly what it do. For somebody to do this to themselves, they don't love themselves. We have to love ourselves to love others. That's why people who have this type of stuff, the smoke cigarettes, smoke weed, and doing all these drugs and stuff, they don't know how to love nobody else because they don't love themselves. You don't love yourself if you're slowly killing yourself. They feel horrible. They feel horrible. The only time they feel good is when they sucking on that cigarette. That's literally the only time they feel good. That's why they smoke so much. That's the only time you feel good, when you sucking on that stick. Let's get that. 1 Corinthians 6 and 19. So if you don't love yourself, you damn sure ain't finna love me.
1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 19. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God?
Say, don't you know that? Your body is a temple? Go ahead.
And ye are not your own, for ye are bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body.
So we're supposed to glorify God, especially people that's supposed to be in the truth. Smoking on cigarettes, you ain't glorifying God. Because part of glorifying God is, read that part again.
For ye are bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body.
It say glorify God in your body. Go ahead.
And in your spirit.
And in your spirit. If you ain't glorifying God in your body, you damn sure ain't glorifying God in your spirit. That's the thing. You don't even love yourself. I know you don't love God. Go to 2 Corinthians 6. 2 Corinthians 6 and 16.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6 and verse 16. And what agreement had the temple of God with idols?
So say, what agreement had the temple of God with idols? Go ahead.
For ye are the temple of the living God. As God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people.
So he said the God's people are the ones that he dwell in. But you have to have a clean temple for him to dwell in you. Watch what he say in verse 17. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Verse 17. Wherefore, come out from among them.
It say, come out from among them. Go ahead.
And be ye separate.
And be separate and do what?
Saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing.
And don't touch the unclean thing. Why are we not supposed to touch the unclean thing? It's because our body is supposed to be cleansed. And touch not the unclean thing. That's the point. Cigarettes is unclean. It's unclean. Go ahead. So he said, when you touch not the unclean thing, what will he do?
And I will receive you.
That's when he receive us. Go to 1 Corinthians, go back to 1 Corinthians 3 and 16.
Book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3 and verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God,
you're defiling your temple because you're affecting the way how your body is supposed to work. So if you defile the temple of God, go ahead.
Him shall God destroy.
That's who God gonna destroy. That's it. That's why you got the cancer, all this stuff that's going on when we smoke. That's God gonna destroy you. Heart attacks, strokes, all the stuff we read, lung cancer. He gonna destroy you. You're not getting off on it. Go to 1 Kings 18. So why people can't love themselves to clean their act up? Why is that? It's because when I see somebody who smokes cigarettes or weed, I automatically know it's a gang of other sins going on. They in idolatry, they in fornication. You know it's a gang of other sins that's going on with them. Because the smoking is, remember, the main reason is for relaxation. What did it say? Relaxation, and it used another word.
Heightened sense of something like that.
Heightened relaxation, and let me go back. I'm sorry, y'all. It was more. It was relaxation and pleasure. Relaxation and pleasure. So if you need that, if you need to smoke to get that, that means you're not getting it in your regular life. If this is what you need to relax, this is what you need to feel pleasure, that means you're not getting it in your regular life. So this, all you're doing is you're dosing yourself. You're dosing yourself. You're putting chemicals in your body. to feel good. This is how you dealing with stress. This is how you deal with pain. Is to kill yourself for that temporary release from your life. So that lets me know that, oh, it's a gang of other sins that's going on. When you see if you know somebody that smokes cigarettes, smoke weed, that's not even a big problem there. That's the small problem in their life. They're doing that to cope. Let's show how other sins, when people in the scriptures, when they have other sins, the first thing they want to do is hurt themselves. So let's get 1 Kings 18. Let's start at 20.
1 Kings chapter 18 and verse 20. So Ahab sent unto all the children of Israel and gathered the prophets together unto Mount Carmel.
Go ahead.
And Elijah came unto all the people and said, how long halt ye between two opinions? If the Lord be God, follow him.
So the two opinions was follow the Most High God or a false God. It said, if the Lord be God, follow him. Go ahead.
But if Baal, then follow him.
Or if it's Baal, follow him. Quit going back and forth. Go ahead.
And the people answered him not a word.
Go ahead.
Then said Elijah unto the people, I, even I only, remain a prophet of the Lord, but Baal's prophets are 450 men.
So he said, it's just me by myself. I'm the only prophet right now. For Baal, it's 450 prophets that's prophesying for Baal. Go ahead.
Let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, and let them choose 1 bullock for themselves, and cut it in pieces, and lay it on the wood, and put no fire under. And I will dress the other bullock, and lay it on the wood, and put no fire under.
So they said, we're going to do a sacrifice, a burnt offering, but we're not going to put the fire on it. Go ahead.
And call ye on the name of your gods, and I will call on the name of the Lord, and the God that answered by fire.
Say the God that answered by fire. Go ahead.
Let him be God.
So they doing a contest. Whoever answered by fire, that's who's the one true God. Go ahead.
And all the people answered and said, it is well spoken.
So we agree. Let's do it. Go ahead.
And Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, choose you 1 bullock for yourselves, and dress it first, for ye are many, and call on the name of your gods, but put no fire under.
Let's see what happened.
And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal from morning even until noon.
So they went from morning to noon. Go ahead.
Saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice for any that answered, nor any that answered. And they leaped upon the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, cry aloud, for he is a God.
So Elijah, he driving them. Go ahead.
Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth and must be awake.
He said he messing with him. He said, look, he probably hear y'all. He doing something. Go ahead.
And they cried aloud and cut themselves.
What they did?
And cut themselves.
And now they're getting mad. They're crying aloud, so they cut themselves. Right? They are in idolatry. So now they're cutting themselves. Go ahead.
After their manner, with knives and lancets, till the blood gushed out upon them.
So now they cutting themselves to the good blush. So other sins, they in idolatry. So we seen that other sins cause people to self-destruct. Because they was vexed. They like, God's not hearing us. What's going on? Ah, give me that razor. Ah, God, save me. Look, I'm cutting myself. That's because it's a lot of sin. People don't go straight to destroying themselves, killing themselves. It's other things going on with them. It's other sins. Verse 29.
Verse 29. And it came to pass when midday was past, and they prophesied unto the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice nor any to answer, nor any that regarded.
So of course it was a fake God. They didn't respond. Y'all go back and read the rest of that, see what happened. See what happened. I just want to show y'all that when you in other sins, it caused you to self-destruct. It caused you. That's like the. Well, I'm gonna leave that alone. I ain't gonna give no example on that. But y'all see, when people in self-destruct, they start doing stupid things that can cause their life to be taken. They start doing stupid things. That's because something else is going on with them. Go to Mark chapter 5. Go to Mark chapter 5. Let's read verse 1.
Mark chapter 5 and verse 1. And they came over unto the other side of the sea, into the country of Gerasa. I messed that up. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit.
So a lot of these people have unclean spirits. They have spirits on them. Go ahead.
Who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him, not with chains, because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him.
So watch what this man who had spirits on him, watch what he do. Go ahead.
And always, night and day, he was in the mountains, in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones.
So crying and cutting himself with stones. Self-destruction. Self-destruction. This is a man that had an unclean spirit on him. When they have that, that's why I say it's other sins that they dealing with. They got spirits on them. And when they got spirits on them, they go into self-destruct mode. Self-destruct mode. That's like that what's the name of that movie we was watching at Tabernacles? The first night.
Yeah,
Talk to me.
Talk to me.
Talk to me. When that spirit jumped on the little boy and he started, they like, what are you doing? He like, he banging his head, boy, eyes popping out. Had them unclean spirits. They on self-destruct mode. That's what's happening with our people. People, they just don't start. Everybody, it's 2023. Everybody know the effects of cigarettes. Everybody know the effects of cigarettes. We got so much data of past years of people smoking and dying from smoking, but what caused them to start smoking? Something caused them to go to that because that's the only satisfaction they get. That's the only realization they get. That's the only break they get from their life, from their sin. It's the unclean spirits on them. Go to Matthew 22. Matthew 22 and verse 37.
Book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 37. Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment.
So it's the first and great commandment. Go ahead.
And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Said you should love your neighbor as what?
As thyself.
So love others as you love yourself. If you killing yourself, what the hell you gonna do to me? You're killing your damn self. You don't give a damn about me. That's a bit. I want y'all to think about that. Somebody that smoked cigarettes, we seen the effects of smoking. It's suicide. It's suicide. So if you don't care about yourself, you don't give a damn about me. This is how we gotta think. That's called discernment. The first thing when you meet somebody and they like, hey, how you doing? My name's such and such, such and such. Yeah, yeah. All right, I know what you want. You don't give a damn about me. You don't give a damn about me. I already see you don't give a damn about yourself. It say, look, read that 39 again.
Verse 39 of Matthew 22. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
As yourself. So if you doing this to yourself, what would you do to me? I wouldn't be surprised to what you'll do to me. Let's prove it. Go to Sirach 14. You don't love your damn self. You evil to your damn self. Mm-hmm. Sirach 14, verse 5.
Sirach 14 and 5. He that is evil to himself.
It say a man or a woman that's evil to himself. Go ahead.
To whom will he be good?
Read that again.
He that is evil to himself.
Anybody that's evil to themselves, smoking cigarettes, killing themselves, smoking weed, killing themselves. Go ahead.
To whom will he be good?
Who is he gonna be good to? No damn body.
He hate himself.
He hate himself. He hate God. He's in a covenant with death. He's in a covenant with death. He's committing suicide. If he'll kill himself, he'll kill you. Read that again. That's important right there.
Sirach 14 and verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
To whom will he be good to? Was that it on that?
He shall not take pleasure in his goods.
So he ain't gonna take pleasure in his goods. Go to 2 Peter 2. 2 Peter chapter 2, and we're gonna read verse 18.
2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 18. For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lust of the flesh.
It say, let me get there. My bad. Read that again.
2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 18. For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lust of the flesh.
It say they allure through the lust of flesh. These are the people, they are living after the flesh. They are living after the flesh so much that it's, even if it's just temporary, they don't care. It's satisfying their flesh. People who do that, their flesh is making their decisions. Go ahead.
Through much wantonness, those that were clean.
It say those that are clean should do what?
Escape from them who live in error.
It say we supposed to escape them. Because if they gonna do evil to themselves, who are they gonna do good to? So it say them that are clean, we gotta escape those that live in error. Go ahead.
Verse 19. While they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption.
They are the servants of corruption. That's what they are, slave to sin. A slave to the flesh. The flesh is corruption, mortality. They are servants to corruption. Go ahead.
For of whom a man is overcome, of the same he is bought in bondage.
They are in bondage to them. It said we gotta escape from them. Next thing you know, you gonna be smoking. You gonna be a dope head. That's why I say we gotta escape them. They cause stress. Now, let's look at marijuana. Let's go to that cover. So we talked about cigarettes. Let's look at marijuana. Everybody loves marijuana. Everybody loves marijuana these days. Go to the book. Marijuana cover. book cover. Let's just get the name out there. So this is the book. You sharing it out? This is the book. So this book here is talking about marijuana and mental health. Marijuana and mental health. So this is what we go talk about now. This is written by what they say, Blanchard Rocks. Blanchard Rocks. So she did a study. She studied on how do a marijuana affect the body and our mental health. Our mental health. I wish I had the video. I didn't have time. The video of the guy that was rolling up right in front of y'all remember that? Rolling up right in front of us. Get up the street. Because he said it. He said, I do this. What did he say? I do this for pain, physical pain and emotional pain. Page 3. Ain't no page 3. Let me see. I probably said page 13. Let me see. Let me see. I probably didn't get page 3. Let me see. I'm in the wrong book. I probably didn't get it. So we just get page 4. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's it. What was it? Oh, it was at page 3. I was in download. Okay. Yeah, share that out and read that. So we gonna read what is marijuana. Marijuana. Yeah, that's the first paragraph. Let them share it out. What is the marijuana? What is it? Move that comment. All right, let's get it.
What is marijuana? Marijuana, also known as cannabis, is a psychoactive drug derived from the cannabis plant.
So it comes from the cannabis plant. Go ahead.
The plant contains several chemical compounds called cannabinoids, including THC and CBD, which are responsible for the effects on the body and mind.
It says so. It's on it. So now it affects the body and the mind. Marijuana. Go ahead.
There are 3 main subtypes of the cannabis plant: sativa, indica, and ruderales. Sativa. Sativa strains are known for their energizing and uplifting effects, while indica strains are known for their relaxing and sedative effects.
So I said it's good. So there's another how people relax. Go ahead.
Ruderol strains are less common and are known for their auto flowering properties.
Scroll down to the next highlighted part. Right there.
Marijuana can be consumed in various forms, including smoking, vaping, edibles, or topical creams.
So it said smoking, vaping, edibles, or creams. Just wanted to get that. Page 4. Page 4. Yeah, I see I had to take a lot of pictures. The ebook. We gotta read that second paragraph where it say examples. Let them share it out. Yeah. All right.
Examples of good mental health.
So now it's finna let us know what is good mental health. I want to just read this part to show how do you know somebody got good mental health? Go ahead.
Examples of good mental health might include feeling positive about oneself and one's abilities, having good coping skills to manage stress and difficult situations.
This is what people with good mental health can do. They can manage stress. They have coping skills. They feel positive about themselves. Go ahead.
Having healthy relationships.
They have healthy relationships. Go ahead.
With others and having a sense of purpose or meaning in life.
So this is the definition of good mental health. Go ahead.
Conversely, poor mental health.
Now it's going into the opposite. Poor mental health. Go ahead.
Might involve feeling constantly overwhelmed.
You feel constantly overwhelmed. You always overwhelmed. Go ahead.
Anxious.
Go ahead.
Or depressed.
Go ahead.
Struggling with addiction.
That's that tobacco, that nicotine. Go ahead.
Or unhealthy coping mechanism.
You don't have the way you cope is unhealthy. Smoking cigarettes, smoking weed. That's an unhealthy way to cope. Go ahead.
Experiencing relationship problems or social isolation.
Go ahead.
Or feeling a lack of purpose or direction in life.
So this shows the struggles of mental health. This is the how you can know if you got good mental health and you got bad mental health. That's why the commandments are important. The commandments show you how to get to the good mental health. It's all about having good relationships. It's all about feeling positive. It's all about purpose. That's what the commandments about. That's what the Bible is about. All right, let's get page 5. Page 5. So now we're going to discuss about marijuana and mental health. Page 5, we're going to read that highlighted, the first paragraph highlighted part. We'll say overview of the complex relationship.
Okay. Overview of the complex relationship between marijuana and mental health. Marijuana use and mental health have a complex and multifaceted relationship. While some individuals use marijuana to manage symptoms of mental health conditions, such as anxiety or depression,
people who have anxiety, people who are with depression, they use marijuana to cope with it. Go ahead.
Research has also suggested that marijuana use can contribute to the development of mental health issues or exacerbate existing conditions.
It said research showed that marijuana contribute to mental health issues. And then when people who already got mental health issues smoke marijuana, it makes it worse. It makes it worse. These are the walking dope heads. Walking around, they struggling with mental health. Let's see how much I want to read on that. All right, let's get into the science part. Go to the next paragraph.
What you want?
The active ingredient, the very next paragraph.
The active ingredient in marijuana, Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol.
Tetrahydrocannabinol.
You got it?
Yeah. THC.
Yeah, well, there he is. THC has been shown to affect various aspects of brain function.
So THC affect brain function like what?
include mood, perception, and cognition.
So it said it affects how you feel, how you see things, and how you think. This is what THC does. Go ahead.
This can lead to a range of potential effects on mental health, both positive and
It
negative.
say, but it can lead to positive things and negative things. So now let's get page 6. Let's get page 6. IT, let's get page 6. IT tripping. Well, working today. We gonna read that top paragraph. Scroll up. We want that top paragraph. However,
However, there are also potential negative effects of marijuana use on mental health. For example, frequent or heavy marijuana use has been associated with an increased risk of developing or exacerbating mental health conditions such as schizophrenia, depression, or anxiety disorder.
go ahead.
Additionally, marijuana use has been linked to cognitive impairments such as decreased attention span and memory.
There you go. That attention span and that memory. I know I got some brain cells that's fried. My memory is shot right now. I know what he said. You're killing your brain cells, son. You're killing your brain cells. That was Joe Clark. Joe Clark. So you smoke dope, don't you? You're killing your brain cells, son. It mess up your attention span and your memory. That's important. Your memory. Go scroll down to the next highlighted part.
One of the primary effects of marijuana on brain function is the alteration of mood.
It say it's the alteration of mood. It say this is one of the primary effects. It's the alteration of mood. People can be a dragon. I remember one dude I was you know when people desperate when they asking everybody that walk in what they say, what's the word? What's the word they say? Now, what's the it's a word they use for it now. Yeah, what they call it now? Damn. All pray, nobody smoking. You can't think of the word. What they call it, man? I know back in my day we used to call it that good. Now they call it that gas. That's what they call it. I walk in the gas station, Edomite. In a black neighborhood, this how I know he was desperate. An Edomite in a black neighborhood standing outside the gas station. He like, man, it's late. He like, man, I'm just trying to sleep tonight. You got that gas? Said, nah, brother. You ain't got no gas, man. Only gas I got is in my car. He said, man, I'm just trying to sleep, just trying to go to sleep, man. I can't sleep. He said, you got that gas? And then all the little loads walking up, hey, I got that gas. I got that gas, man. Only gas I need is for my tank, man, because gas is high. He said, man, I'm just trying to sleep. My bad, yeah. Read that again.
One of the primary effects of marijuana on brain function is the alteration of mood and perception. THC binds to cannabinoid receptors in the brain.
So that THC, it said it binds to the receptors in the brain. Go ahead.
Which can lead to feeling of euphoria.
So it can lead to euphoria. You relax. Go ahead.
Relaxation and altered perception of time, space, and sensory stimuli.
They in the multiverse. It says sense of time, perception, space. They in the multiverse. Go ahead. They so high they in the multiverse.
This can result in a range of experiences, including increased creativity, enhanced sensory perception, and altered mood states.
All right, let's get the benefits, because this book talk about the benefits of marijuana. Let's get page 9. Let's get the benefits. Because we go get it all from both sides. There's some benefits to it.
You do become creative. You figure
Yeah.
all of a sudden you are Arthur.
Hey, but some people, when you hear them talk, like especially people who try to be deep, like today dude. Who did he ask? Who was the what did he say?
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki. He said, is Anunnaki related to the 12 tribes?
Like, who is that?
He said, who is that? He didn't even know. We said, yeah, tell us, brother. He said, oh, I still got to do my research on it. The hell you asking us for then? That brother, this is something you was thinking about when you was high. What? How you gonna ask somebody something you don't even know what you talking? We like, no, enlighten us. Oh, I still gotta research. Man, we don't go. We like, what is he say? Oh, he's some type of god from Africa. What, brother? Boy, our people be high as hell. Read that. One potential benefit.
One potential benefit of marijuana for mental health is ability to reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression.
So it calms people down. Go ahead.
Studies have found that marijuana can have a calming effect on the nervous system.
It say it has a calming effect on the nervous system, which what?
Which may help to reduce feeling of anxiety and improve mood.
Go ahead.
In some cases, marijuana may be used as an alternative to traditional antidepressants, medications, particularly individuals who experience negative side effects from these medications.
So when people who can't take antidepressants, they give them marijuana so they won't be depressed. Read the next one.
Another potential benefit of marijuana for mental health is its ability to reduce symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder.
PTSD. Go ahead.
Studies have found that marijuana can help to reduce intensity and frequency of traumatic memories.
It said that it said it reduced the intensity of traumatic memories. Because you lose your memory. Basically, right. You basically forget. Go ahead.
Which may be particularly helpful for individuals with PTSD.
Go ahead.
However, it is important to note that not all individuals with PTSD will benefit from marijuana's use, and some may experience negative effects.
Go to the next one.
Right here.
Scroll down at the top, marijuana.
Marijuana may also have potential benefits for individuals with chronic pain or other physical health conditions that can impact mental health. Studies have found that marijuana can help to reduce pain and inflammation.
You said so it's pain relief. It's pain relief. Scroll down to where I say pain relief.
Pain relief. One of the most well-established benefits of marijuana is the ability to provide pain relief.
It's the ability to provide pain relief. I want y'all to remember that because we gonna show that. Go ahead in the scriptures. Go ahead.
The active compounds in marijuana, known as cannabinoids, interact with the body's endocannabinoid system to reduce a range of effects, including pain relief.
Including pain relief. So that's one. Give me page 10. So that's one is pain relief. Well, pain relief, it can be used for to lower the feeling of depression and anxiety, and it can help with PTSD. I know dope heads mad right now. I know they mad, but hey, you got to know the truth. Go to anxiety relief. You sharing out? Anxiety relief. So it do helps with pain. Now it's anxiety. Go ahead.
Anxiety relief. Another potential benefit of marijuana is its ability to reduce symptoms of anxiety. Studies have found that marijuana can have a calming effect on the nervous system, which may help to reduce feelings of anxiety and promote relaxation.
And promote relaxation. All right, we gonna stop there. Hold on. Oh, go to page 11. That has got a couple more benefits. Couple more benefits. Page 11. I told y'all we had a lot today. Go to the appetite. A lot of people can't eat until they smoke. Right. So they can they in the loop.
Appetite stimulation. Marijuana is also known appetite stimulation. Marijuana is also known to stimulate appetite, a phenomenon commonly referred to as the munchies.
The munchies.
That's how you put it?
The munchies. It stimulate appetite. And it's usually because people ain't ate nothing all day till they smoke. Now they eating everything. Go ahead.
This effect is primarily associated with the cannabinoid THC,
THC caused that. Go ahead.
which activates the cannabinoid receptors in the brain that are involved in regulating appetite, leading to increased hunger and food intake.
And food intake. Scroll down. Let's get to sleep. Remember, I had that Edomite. He said, "Man, I'm just trying to sleep." You got that gas? Go ahead.
Sleep improvement.
Sleep improvement is a benefit. Go ahead.
Another potential benefit of marijuana for mental health is its ability to improve sleep.
Go ahead.
Studies have found that marijuana can have a sedative effect,
Go ahead.
which may help promote relaxation and improve sleep quality.
And improve sleep quality. Go to page 12. I don't get page 12. Go to page 13. We're going to speed it up slow. Page 13. So now we're going to look at the risk. The risk for me. Now we looking at both sides. We ain't gonna be biased. We gonna look at both sides. Cause I didn't hear people say that. I didn't eat till I smoked. Couldn't do nothing. So let's get that that's the wrong one. Hold on. That's it. Get the second paragraph where it's highlighted. Another potential.
Another potential risk of marijuana use is addiction.
That's a risk. It's being a lot of people think they're not addicted to marijuana. Marijuana is addictive. If you can't sleep, eat, all the other benefits, if you need that to do to live life, you're gonna become addictive. Go ahead.
which can have significant negative consequences for an individual's mental health, as well as their relationship, finances, and overall quality of life.
Go ahead.
While marijuana can have mood enhancing effects for some individuals, can also increase anxiety
So marijuana, it increase anxiety. Go ahead.
and depression in others, particularly at high doses.
At high doses. Remember, there are people who smoke, they're dosing themselves. That's what they're doing. They're dosing themselves. Go ahead.
And it's true because my little brother, he actually had anxiety from smoking marijuana. Individuals
Man.
who use marijuana regularly may also experience withdrawal symptoms. When
They experience what?
Withdrawal symptoms.
They experience withdrawal symptoms. That's the worst. Go ahead.
When they try to quit or back on their use, including irritability.
So it includes irritability. They mad, got an attitude when they don't smoke. Go ahead.
Insomnia.
Insomnia. That's what the Edomite said. Man, I can't sleep. They'll be up. They'll call. You know, I'm gonna use myself as an example. You will go through all your contacts looking for the good. That's what we called it when I was smoking. The good. You'll go through all your contacts 40 times. You'll be up 3 o'clock in the morning, like, man, I know somebody got it. I know somebody got it. You can't sleep. You can't eat. You can't do nothing. You insomnia. Me, when I couldn't find, I had to go run on the track. I had to do something, try to go to sleep. I'm 3 o'clock in the morning on the track. Because I ain't high. Damn. Tell me it ain't addictive. Read that last line again.
On their use, including irritability, insomnia, decreased appetite.
Decreased appetite and what else?
And mood swings.
And mood swings. You can't mess with nobody. They ain't had they fits. They ain't had they fits. I'll go to page 14. I'll try to speed it up because we got to show the scripts. Page 14. And we're going to look at addiction. Addiction, read that one.
Addiction. Addiction is a serious concern associated with marijuana use. It is defined as a chronic, relapsing brain disease.
It said addiction is a brain disease. Go ahead.
Characterized by compulsive drug seeking and use despite harmful consequences. While not all individuals who use marijuana become addicted, regular use can lead to tolerance.
It's like regular use, you have a high tolerance. Go ahead.
Which means that higher doses of the drug are needed to achieve the desired effect.
So it said now you need higher doses. Go ahead.
This can increase the risk of developing an addiction.
And that's how you become addicted. That when your tolerance is built up. Go ahead. The next paragraph.
Marijuana addiction can have significant negative consequences for an individual's mental health, as well as their relationship, finances, and overall quality of life. It can also increase the risk of developing other mental health disorders, such as anxiety and depression, withdrawals. Symptoms can occur when an individual stops using marijuana or tries to cut back on their use, including irritability, insomnia, decreased appetite, and mood swings. These symptoms can make it difficult to quit using the drug.
Say those symptoms, that's what's making it difficult, those withdrawal. those withdrawal. Go to cognitive impairment. It's right there. Yeah, scroll down. Right there.
Cognitive impairment. Cognitive impairment refers to a range of mental processes that are negatively affected by marijuana use.
It said it's negatively affected by the marijuana use. Go ahead.
These processes can include attention, memory, and decision making. The psychoactive compound in marijuana, THC, can bind to cannabinoids receptors in the brain and interfere with the normal functioning of the hippocampus, a brain region involved in memory formation.
So now let's get, because it kept talking about the cannabinoids. So let's get that. Go to that video. Stop sharing that. Go to the video. Yeah, it's already up there. Go to the 2 minute and 15 mark. Yeah, put that fair use up there. Fair use. Now we're going to get a visual of everything we've been reading. 2:15. Right there.
But the THC is the mind-altering substance that has the negative long-term effects, but that's not present in the CBD drug. So if you consume the plant, it's going to contain the THC and CBD, and the ratio of those two matters. Cannabis that has a higher percentage of THC has more of the detrimental effects, and what it does to your mind depends on what cannabinoid receptors it hits. So let's take a look at this. Here's a cross-section of your brain with the various brain structures. These structures are made up of nerves, and these nerves have the cannabinoid receptors on them. When you consume marijuana, the THC binds to the CBD1 receptors in the same way that your natural cannabinoids bind to them. So let's take a look at the different effects on the brain. This structure is the nucleus accumbens. It's responsible for motivation and reward. When THC binds here, you get euphoria. This is the amygdala.
Remember we read that in the book? It said when it hit that, it caused euphoria. That's relaxation. Go ahead.
Which controls your emotional responses and fear. When THC binds here, you get anxiety and paranoia. This is your hippocampus, responsible for memory. When THC binds here, you have problems with short-term memory. This is the spinal cord, which, among other things, receives pain signals. When THC binds here, you feel less pain. This is the cerebellum, which is involved with coordination and balance. When THC binds here, your coordination is impaired. This is the hypothalamus, which controls appetite and sexual activity. When THC binds here, you get hungry and have increased sexual desire. This effect is where you can get the medical benefit of increasing appetite in cancer patients. Two more structures. This is the basal ganglia, which controls your body movement. When THC binds here, you get slowed reaction time. This outside part of your brain is the cortex. It controls a lot of things, including perception, executive functions like planning and impulse control. When THC binds here, you can get perceptual disturbances like psychotic symptoms. So let's get back to Megan's question. She asked if marijuana could...
So that was the visual of everything we was reading. Is that it shows how everything tied in with that book. It shows everything tied in with that book. So now let's get the scripts. Go to Sirach 38. Sirach 38. Sirach 38, we go read verse 4.
The book of Sirach, chapter 38 and verse 4.
So now we're going to talk about the marijuana.
Sirach chapter 38 and verse 4. The Lord hath hath created medicines out of the earth.
So the Lord have created medicines out of the earth. Go ahead.
And he that is wise will not abhor them.
So we see that marijuana is a medicine. Why? Because it said it produces pain relief. It produces pain relief. And it said there were 4 ways. It said the 4 ways was smoking, edibles, creams. What's the other one? Smoking, and there was one more. What was the 4th one? Vaping. That's what it was. Vaping. All right, so go to Genesis chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1. And let's get verse 29. So it said the Lord created medicine. So marijuana is a medicine. But how do we use it? Genesis 1 and 29.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 29. And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat.
It say the herb bearing seed is for meat, for food, meaning the only lawful way to take it is edible. We already know the effects of smoking it. Smoke is not supposed to go in your lungs. You risking for heart disease, all types of stuff. So it's for edible, but it's only for medical purpose. It's not for recreation. Because most of the people that's doing it is for recreation. A lot of people that's doing it for medical are people that's in real true pain. But they're not supposed to smoke it. They're supposed to get the edibles and only take it as needed. And it's only temporary. It don't eliminate the pain. It only eliminates the pain for the THC lasts till the dose wears off. It's like medicine. It's like medicine. Go to 2 Timothy chapter 1. Everybody that's doing it for recreation purposes, they just doing it to get high. They just doing it for those benefits or to cope. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7.
2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind.
Remember, it said that the marijuana causes a lot of mental health problems. It gives people anxiety. It causes anxiety. It's like they get some people, if they're taking it to calm down, then they become dependent on it. It's not solving nothing. The only way you can solve your problems is this. Go to 1 Peter 5. 1 Peter 5. It's like they put Band-Aids on it. You're putting a Band-Aid on something. 1 Peter 5 and 7.
1 Peter 5 and verse 7. Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you.
So it said you're supposed to put your burdens on the Most High. Don't put your burdens on marijuana. That's temporary. Put your burdens on the Most High. Go ahead.
Be sober.
It say what?
Be sober.
Be sober. That's the point. We have these people. You all you doing is dosing yourself to put a Band-Aid on the pain. Because it's emotional pain, it's physical pain, and then a lot of it's relaxation to forget you in a bad mood and all this stuff, but sometimes we cause that. Go ahead.
Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
The real problem is you need God. You need Christ. That's what it is. Give me Titus 2. You need grace. Titus 2 and 11.
Titus chapter 2 and verse 11. For the grace of God that bringeth salvation hath appeared to all men.
We should do what?
Teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust.
It say this is what grace teach us. Go ahead.
We should live soberly.
We should live what?
Soberly.
We should live soberly. Go ahead.
Righteously and godly in this present world.
In this present world. Go to Romans 12 and read verse 3.
The book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 3. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think.
Go ahead.
But to think soberly.
But to think what?
Soberly.
So we gotta think. So we gotta learn how to think soberly. Go ahead.
According as God had dealt to every man the measure of faith.
All right. So a few more. Let's get Sirach 18. So now, a lot of the addictions is a lack of discipline. It's a lack of discipline because one of the main things is a lot of people. It's hard to go through those withdrawals. Y'all seen what it said, what he read? Those withdrawals makes it hard. Makes it hard. So what's going to get you to get through the withdrawal? Discipline, 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 discipline. That's what gets you through the withdrawal. Because addiction, what it is you got to feed the flesh. You got to satisfy the flesh. That's all the drugs and marijuana and cigarettes, that's all it is feeding the flesh. This is because though it got addictive stuff in it. So watch this. Sirach 18 and verse 30.
Sirach chapter 18 and verse 30. Go not after thy lust.
It say do what?
Go not after thy lust.
It say don't go after your lust. Go ahead.
But refrain thyself from thine appetite.
We got to learn how to refrain ourselves. We got to learn how to reframe ourselves. Jump up to verse. No, we're going to go to James 4 and verse 7.
The book of James, chapter 4 and verse 7. Submit yourselves therefore to God. Resist the devil.
Resist the devil, and what's happening?
And he will flee from you.
So it's discipline. It's about discipline. Go to Romans 13 and verse 14.
Romans chapter 13 and verse 14. But put ye on the Lord Jesus Christ, and make not provision for the flesh.
It say don't make provisions for the flesh. Don't provide for the flesh. Don't make provisions for the flesh. Go ahead.
To fulfill the lust thereof.
Because all you doing is fulfilling the lust that you have. That's what addiction is. You is all it is fulfilling the flesh. Go to Galatians 5 and 16.
Galatians 5 and verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Go ahead.
For the flesh lusts against the spirit.
It's that battle. Go ahead.
And the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1. And we're going to hit verse 4.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 4. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter,
Go ahead.
nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin.
So wisdom cannot enter a body that's subject to sin. Verse 5.
Verse 5. For the Holy Spirit of discipline.
The what spirit?
The Holy Spirit of discipline.
The Holy Spirit of discipline. Go ahead.
Will flee deceit.
Well, that's how you flee deceit. That's how you flee these addictions. This is how you flee these things that you gotta feed the flesh all the time. Go ahead.
And remove from thoughts that are without understanding, and will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in.
So let's get one more. Matthew 17 and verse 19.
Matthew chapter 17 and verse 19. Then came the disciples to Jesus apart and said, why could not we cast him out?
Talk about this unclean spirit. Go ahead.
And Jesus said unto them, because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you.
Go ahead.
Howbeit, this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and
Say
fasting.
spirits go out, but by prayer and fasting. So to build up discipline, you have to fast and pray more. That's how we build discipline. If you can deny yourself food and water, you can deny yourself anything else. So we have to fast often, especially because when you fasting, your body is healing itself. Your body is detoxing. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. That's one of the main reasons. Like dude said, man, I can't sleep. I can't. He was gonna be out there all night. I can't sleep. Where the gas at? Where the gas at? But you gotta stay up. Go work out. You have to make it through that hard stage and let your body detox. When your body detox, it's the best feeling in the world. You feel like a new person. Your mood get better. Yeah. What else it said? The mood, the anxiety, the depression. You know what I'm saying? But then, not the depression, but it's just your physical body feel better. Then it starts. You got to start working on your mental health. That's where the scriptures come in at. So it all ties together. It all ties together. So I pray that edification went out. I pray that anybody who's dealing with these demons, that you got a starting point, that you are educated on more things. I'd like to give all honor, glory to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel. Let's close it on out with Matthew 26. Oh, you had anything else? Oh yeah. If anybody online, if y'all got a question, go ahead, type it in the chat. And let's get a shout out. Everybody in the chat, put your name in there. So we can give our shout outs. Let's read Matthew 26 while everybody's doing that.
The book of Matthew, chapter 26, starting at verse 6. Now when Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath brought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached.
So whenever we teach the gospel, go ahead.
In the whole world, there shall also this, that this woman hath done, be told for a memorial of her.
So all praises for that memorial of Mary Magdalene. She comforted Christ in this time of need, and so much that he gave her that memorial. Let's go to the comments. Scroll to the top. Are you saved? Okay, that's what's up. All right, let's give a shout out to that's my brother PJ right there. Big Dial 314, P Jizzle. Tiffany Gordon, Shalom. Marcus Wallace, Shalom. YBH, Shalom. Jazz, Shalom. Diggs BTW7, Shalom. Make sure we ain't had no questions. Check for some questions. Yeah, put them. Yeah, you could have put them on the screen too. All right, we got no questions. All right. So once again, all praise to the Most High God, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And with that, we say shalom.